Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think this may be our very first Instagram live video for content by request. Some of you know me from other channels. I also run a channel on Instagram called Christy Browning Official, which on that channel we do a lot of motivation and inspiration for your personal life, but for content by request, we want to keep our channel here to give you some really cool business tips, some coaching, some online ideas to build your online presence. So you can catch us usually here on Monday mornings between 7:45 and 8 o'clock to give you some good tips to help you out this week. If you're also a Facebook user, you can head on over to Facebook and look us up at Content by Request and follow us on Facebook there. And then when you follow us, we'll also invite you to join our online business community for women. Men are welcome to join too. I'm just going to forewarn you though, it's definitely catered to gals, but that particular group is called reVised Coaching, which is the name of our coaching program. So lots of really great stuff out there online to help you do what you do and do it well. So today what I want to do is come to you and share with you a little bit on some tips to help you do all of your social media content in a fashion that is cohesive and consistent, but that also helps you kind of keep track of it all, because it can get out of hand real fast and it can feel like you're either running out of stuff to share or say, or maybe you've even lost track on if you've already shared that or not. So how do you keep that stuff straight? And how do you do that in a way that's not like you're constantly thinking about your social media? So one of the things I've noticed with a lot of business owners, when we as a company take on social media management for them, is that their biggest frustration is, one, finding the time to do all of their social media posts, two, to do them successfully and to have it be good content, and three, how to do that consistently and track it and know what they're doing when they're doing it. And so I know for a lot of you who are business owners, you're juggling a ton of roles. It's not just marketing. You're also, either creating the product or purchasing the product that you're selling, providing the service, managing your team, taking care of HR stuff and billing and money management, and just all the things are on your plate, all the hats you're wearing. And so sometimes social media and online marketing just kind of takes a little bit of a backseat. And even if you are doing it, you may not be seeing the results that you want, and you may not be seeing it done in a fashion that's really done well or done correctly, or definitely not being done consistently. So first of all, if you want some more help with that and you're looking to have a resource to come alongside of you and actually execute that for you, definitely visit us at Content by Request, which you can find the link for that in our bio, and check out the services that we can provide for you. We can take that off your plate. But if you want to still give it a go for yourself, here's a couple things that can help you out. First of all, calendar your content. So like print out a calendar or go buy a cute one from the store and look at the month and start mapping out what posts you need to do when. And this becomes really important because as you look at the month, you're going to notice the holidays that you may need to plan particular content around. You may also think this is a good time of year to do a sale or promotion, and so you want to back up from that particular holiday or that particular sale date and plan some teaser post or some lead-in posts to get you to that date. So don't wait until the last minute and think, oh shoot, I needed to post about my sale. Well, more than likely it's not going to be super successful, because if you're not leading up to it and you're not really intentionally talking about it and pushing it out there, social media isn't going to help you a whole lot. You kind of need to reiterate that sale over and over and over and over again to really have it get into your audience's mind and on their calendar, so that they mark their calendar and say, I want to make sure that I'm a part of that. So looking at a calendar and mapping out what your content's going to look like is really helpful. And when I do this, I do it just with pen and paper. I don't do anything super extravagant. I don't invest in super expensive media products to do it. You can do that. I do utilize a media service and like a program that I've purchased online to then schedule all of those posts. But as far as like mapping that out, literally it's a calendar. In fact, I'll show you. This is what it looks like. It's just a piece of paper, and I've just written on here like the things that I'm going to share on the dates that I'm going to share them, and I do a little color code entry down here so I know what colors are for what. And I print 12 of these off, one for every month, and I hole punch them and I stick them in a binder and I add to it, you know, as I think of things or as I plan for things. So it's not high tech, which is kind of funny coming from an online techie company, but we just use pen and paper. So you can do the same thing. You can find free calendars to print off online. You can obviously buy those at the store or just use a piece of notebook paper, but just start mapping those things out. So not only are you looking at holidays, you're keeping in mind season of your business. So if this is a time of the year that, you know, you need to be telling people certain messages versus other times of the year, you can start mapping that out. That becomes really important for people who maybe are in a service-based business where, you know, the season to use their service is maybe higher now versus later. So the messages that you might share now will be different than the messages you share later. So like, for instance, if you're a wedding planner or in the wedding business, right now you're doing tons of weddings. And so a lot of your content is going to be sharing pictures of the weddings, you know, success stories, testimonials, all of the stuff that you're doing. And you're really going to want, you know, to play up all of the places you're going and show all of your potential clients and customers, all of the gigs you got and how popular you are and how successful it is. But then come, you know, October, November, when everyone's in holiday mode and not thinking about weddings, there is a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Maybe you need to talk about people planning for weddings. Maybe you start talking about people who get engaged over the holidays and what are the first steps they need to do. What are the first things they need to think about if they're going to be planning a wedding because they just got engaged. You know, maybe you share some how-tos or some tips and tricks and pitfalls to avoid. All of those messages are great during that time of the season, and then obviously the message changes when you're in the heat of it. And that can be true from everyone to, you know, if you're a travel planner and you're in vacation mode right now, or if you you know, are in anything outdoors, hello, we're right in the heart of, you know, the spring, summer season to get out and do that stuff. Your seasons change, and so your message may change. But don't let that sneak up on you. Plan your calendar and your content accordingly so that you can adjust your message to where it makes sense and it's a little more intentional in what you're going to do. You can also make sure that you're hitting all aspects of your business and not just talking about one thing. So maybe you know, you may forget to share and invite people to sign up for your newsletter. Maybe you would forget to share about a particular thing on your website that you have to offer, or a resource that you have, or a blog post you wrote 6 months ago that's still really important, or something that people might want to read again. Those are all things that make for great social media posts, but we can forget about them really easily if we aren't planning and being intentional about that. So a calendar works great. So calendar your content. The other thing is that hopefully in your social media push and your ideas, you're thinking about videos, and you're thinking about doing live videos because they're super popular. I know that freaks people out, and people get really nervous about doing live videos, and they think, oh, I don't have the right equipment, or I don't have the right lighting or the right space. It doesn't matter. Just do them because they're powerful even if it's not perfect. So when I do videos, I have a very simple setup. I try to do them somewhat earlier in the day because the lighting, the natural lighting, is best then. I don't have harsh sun that's like blinding me, but I have enough daylight that's coming in from a window that provides some good lighting. And so I have just a little selfie stick that also has a tripod base that you can pull out. My phone sits in it, and I sit in front of my window here, and I do my videos right in my home office. It's not a fancy studio. These are like for real my bookshelves, and for real my dry erase board back here. I'm sitting for real in my home office. There's nothing fancy. And I just jot down a couple of points on a piece of paper that I want to share with you. And then I just share from the heart. It's not always eloquent or perfect, and I say and y'all and things you probably shouldn't say, but I'm real. That's what people want to see. That's what your followers will want to see too from you. So don't get all hung up on the perfection of it. Just get it done. One of the things though that happens is that we can forget what we've done from a live video standpoint, or it may come time for us where we're like, I should do a live video, but then we don't know what to do our live video on. So planning becomes key for that. So plan ahead of time what your videos are going to be. And this doesn't have to be months in advance. I mean, if you know you want to do a post months in advance, great. Put it on your calendar, but maybe it's just on a weekly basis. I keep a little list running on my dry erase board behind me of blog and video ideas, because I may hear something or read something, or someone may ask me a question that makes me think that would be a really good blog post. I should write about that. Or that would be a really good video. I should share that in our next, live video. So I just kind of keep a running list on my dry erase board. Every now and then, when I think of something, I throw it on there. Something inspires me to do one, I throw it on my dry erase board. You can keep that list on your phone, on your calendar, whatever the case may be, but kind of plan in advance, sort of think about it in advance on what you're going to do, and set a time on when you're going to do it. If you can schedule a time, like every Monday morning at 8 o'clock, or over the lunch hour, or every Monday night, or whatever it is that works for you, go ahead and schedule that, because when it's scheduled, you're more than likely to do it, and it's going to become sort of part of your routine, and so it'll get done more consistently. Don't get too worried if you're posting on times or doing live videos at times that maybe are not better for everybody. Right now, just get the videos done, because people can always come back and watch them. So, and make sure then after you do your videos, you're writing down on the calendar what your video was. Even if you didn't write it down ahead of time, go ahead and write it afterwards on your content calendar. That way you can look back and remember if you just had the idea to do that video, or if you actually did that video, because it's really easy to forget. Then the third thing is that I want you to start planning content that works together. So we talked about social media content, we've talked about videos. So how do those things work together? If you can build a message that sort of is consistent between those two things, even better. So if you're going to do a lot of social media posts on all of the weddings that you're at and show pictures of that and little clips of that, then what live videos can you do or show that go along with that? Maybe you can do a quick live video while you're setting up for a wedding. Maybe you can do a live video while you're tearing down and you're packing up and you're talking about the success of it. Those kind of all go together, right? So for me, I'll do this video on content, and then I'm also going to write a blog post on how to prepare your content every week. And so these kinds of things will go together. It just kind of creates a powerful message when it's coming at your viewing audience and your followers in different formats and different mediums, but with the same message. Sometimes your audience needs to hear your message several times to get it and to get to know you, but you don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again in the exact same way. But you can still accomplish the same thing by, putting that message in different packages. And so it's the same gift of information, but you're just putting a little bit of different wrapping paper around it and delivering it in a little bit different version. So think about how you can build on the same message, maybe this week, maybe throughout the month or throughout the season, whatever works for you. I really like focusing on a specific topic for the week and trying to build my posts about that topic. So even if you don't get super detailed like I do on planning your content and writing out all your posts, you can just start by getting a theme for the week. And so what then can you post that goes along with the theme? Remember that your social media posts are not always about you as well. So if you can find other content that goes along with that theme or along with whatever message you're trying to portray that runs parallel to that. So we're not necessarily sharing our competitors' posts, but maybe we find other articles that support our message, other how-to videos, other things that run in line with whatever it is that you're sharing. That allows for some content as well. And so we're not building content that's 100% about us, but we are building content that's 100% about getting good information out to our fans and our followers. If you need some more help on how to better your content or how to create more compelling, consistent content, make sure you visit us at contentbyrequest.com for more blogs and videos to help you out. And then you can also check out our services on how we can help you move forward with your content as well. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll catch you later.